Okay then guys, let's have a look at the centroid for this triangle. I've drawn the 3 coordinates, so let's draw the triangle itself, shall we, as best we can with a sketch. Good to have a ruler really to draw these 3 lines really. So the centroid, if you take the midpoint here, let's take the midpoint, let's just call that M. And that will have, let's just work out the midpoint before we say what the centroid is. 2 and 1, 3 over 2 when you add them and divide by 2, or 1.5. And then when you add the 6 and 3 you get 9, 9 over 2. So there's our midpoint, which equals, we can use decimals if we wish, if it's easier in the moment to work out. So 1.5 and 4.5. Okay, that looks sensible. The centroid is a third of the way up the line here. If we drop a line to the midpoint, so these two are the same distance, then the centroid is here, which we can label. Let's label it the coordinate, because we've used C, we better use another symbol. Let's call it C dashed. C dashed is the centroid of the triangle. Okay, it's a third of the way up this line from M to C. So you've got the coordinate. C dashed has coordinates then. Let's just write down the coordinates. The coordinate M is 3 over 2. So I'm just going to write it and the 9 over 2. Yeah, that's... I'm going to use a fresh bit of paper here. Oops. So the centroid then, the coordinate, let's just work it out here. We've got 3 over 2 is the x-coordinate, and it's a third along this line here. Yeah? So we're going backwards. I'd rather go forwards. But then again, I've still got to go down, haven't I? So yeah, let's go backwards then. It's 3 over 2. And then a third of this distance, but it's backwards, because it's in the backwards if we picture it as a this geometry here. So the distance, backwards a third. So take a third off the x value. Now what's that distance in terms of the x then? 0 to 3 over 2. Whoops, 3 over 2. So it's 3 over 2 minus a third. 3 over 2 minus a half is 1. So that's the coordinate there. So for some reason I'd seem to be writing it as a coordinate, and I just need the x value. That's all I'm doing here. X value. Okay, so that's the x value. The y value of the coordinate then. Well, the y is 9 over 2. Now we're going upwards, aren't we? So from 9 over 2 to 5 is going up. So we're going to plus. We go a third of the distance up, don't we? Not the whole distance, to get a third along the line. So the distance is 5 take 9 over 2. And that's 5 take 4.5 is a half. So that's a sixth. So it's 9 over 2 plus a sixth. This is 27 over 6 plus 1/6 is 28 over 6, which is 14 over 3. Okay, so C dash then, the centroid, has coordinates 1 and 14 over 3. There we go. There's the centroid of the triangle. Good, 21 done. Great.